Why, hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's way better. I don't like know.
you think it was too close?
One of these days, we're actually going to be professional and we're going to spike the landing. But until then, goodness gracious, hello.
This is why people love our show.
This is why people love our show. Yeah,
because we just keep them on their toes and ourselves on our toes.
What is going on, Eileen? Curmudgeon's 52.
I know. Hey, Keith, Becca, Rich, who else? Ron Ayat. I hope I got that right.
I think Hawaii Tim was in there. Adamos is in the house. Becca Green.
Adamo.
Kimberly MC is in the house. Man, I'll tell you what, Saturday, the 5th of April. You want to hear something super depressing?
No, not really, but go ahead.
We are a quarter of a way through 2025 already.
Crazy.
A quarter of the way through 2025. Absolutely fantastic.
Insane. Is it fantastic?
It's going way too fast. I'll be honest with you.
Listen, I would rather it go this speed during the summer, not now when it's cooler, because I feel like time is going to stop in like a few weeks when it's like 35,000 degrees, and I'm hating my life and reconsidering all of the decisions I've made that led me to this point. Because I'll be out there in the blazing sun.
You say that. When my brother was recovering down at Walter Reed Medical Center when he had that massive injury, I got to meet so many other wounded warriors that were down there, and one guy in particular, you probably heard me talk about him before. His name is Tim. He got both of his legs taken from an IED, and one of the things that Walter Reed tries to do is they try to reintroduce people into stuff that they did before their injury to kind of help them re-engage in life and not get depressed and bogged down.
Right, of course.
And Tim was really into music, and so he was able to join the music corps. And through the music corps, he was able to meet Roger Waters and Sheryl Crow and all these other people. And while he was at Walter Reed recovering, a fellow Marine that was also torn up, he actually ended up meeting that Marine's sister. And they fell in love and they got married. So I asked him one night after one of his concerts with Roger Waters, I said, knowing everything that you know now, and you could go back and change it, would you change anything? Would you change it? Would you trade it? Whatever. And he said, absolutely not. I mean, and that's such an incredible testimony to like taking that just absolutely horrible experience and all of these new experiences he now has because of it. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, sure, you may have made some decisions that brought you to where you're at, but I mean, at the same time, you've also, I mean, you're on the corner. I mean, you couldn't have gotten on the corner without going through all that.
Sure. Definitely. I would have never met you or anyone else in this chat.
I got my new shirt.
Look at you.
All right. So what we're going to try to do is we're trying to continue to build the community and the positive vibes and the mental flossing, if you will. And hopefully I can pull this off. I found something that I want to share with you guys. Hopefully.
David Boyce, HM. I'm just saying hi while you figure that out. Bill. It's good to see you guys. It's great. Who else? Yeah, I know, Becca. Definitely need a sunscreen sponsor and a sun shelter sponsor. That would be
right. Check this out.
Fantastic.
Adamos, check that. Did you see
Adamo?
Did you see Dimitri's garage?
Like not yet.
Gangbusters. I couldn't believe
good stuff.
I was so nervous because, you know, I mean, like, you know, he's got like he didn't really like Immortal that much. So it's not out of his realm just because we're friends to knock a product, you know. And he's like, hey, I'm going to give you a solid review. And so it's just like, oh, please. And he's like, this is a solid coating. He really likes it.
Yeah, like Wes said, I was talking to Adrian today, and he was telling me it's number 2. Hey, Mike G.
He said it was number 2, but on the price point, he was like, because the other one is so stupid expensive.
What was number 1?
I'm not telling you. I don't remember. It matter.
I don't remember.
I don't even
All
remember.
of a sudden.
I don't even remember. Mike G.
I don't even remember either.
Yep. All right. Let me see if I can share this thing. All right, I'm going to try to share this, and then we can get this thing started. We got a great show tonight. We got two wonderful, absolutely wonderful people that are coming on the show, and they're both running a little bit late, which is fine because we can get rid of all of the. I hate leaving people backstage.
Yeah.
All right, that works. Okay.
That you will be here to see. You just don't know the number. And so to me, like that, if we could just have that presence of mind.
I love that guy.
Comes to love. Like love is not permanently gifted, it is loaned. And the people you love, the dog you love, the people, they're loaned to you and you're loaned to them. And if you could just remember every day to treat it like something that's impermanent and that you're losing all the time. Like, because I'll tell you something, I think it's insane to love anything because of the pain that it's going to cause. But oh my God, man, I love that pain because it means I got to feel it. If we're honest,
I think this is the beginning.
We're always losing everyone all the time. Like, and that's why to love anything is insane, right? Because to love anything is to expose yourself to the inevitability of losing it. Like there is a finite number of times you will watch the sun.
There you go. I love you.
I watched that. I love you too. I watched that. We must like our algorithm must know that we both watch the same shit because I got that also. I don't know, and it was like probably like right after I was laying in bed, and that's like when the real emotion the algorithm knows like send her all the emotional shit because I like tears. It was just tears because it's so touching. It's true. It really is.
It really is. And so we're blessed to be here, and we're blessed to have all of these.
Wonderful
Phoenix family members hanging out with us on a Saturday night. Once again, you could be anywhere in the universe, but you happen to be here. So in a few minutes, we'll have at least one of our guests. They're both running a little bit late, which is totally fine.
Hey Ryan, hey Conway. Who else? Oh look,
it
Eddie's
just
in
always
now.
feels like it's such a long time in between Curmudgeon corners. I want to do it all the time. I just want to hang out with you guys all the time.
Yeah, you do.
All right. So without further ado, we do have one of our guests just popped in, and you guys have probably recognize him in such incredible films as London Has Fallen, Den of Thieves 2. I believe that he did some voice acting in How to Train Your Dragon, Olympus Has Fallen. Oh, and of course, there's also 300. Who wouldn't know him from the movie 300?
Yes, I am Sparta.
I think Eric Vaughn might be one of the most underrated actors in all of Hollywood. There's no doubt in my mind. You guys, you know him probably from his absolutely fantastic singing voice to all the movies that I just listed. Without further ado, let's introduce Eric Vaughn to the Curmudgeon's Corner. Boom.
How's it going, Eric?
Thanks so much for having me tonight.
How are you?
Doing amazing.
That's not what
I was running a little behind. It's been quite the day.
There he is, front and center. How are you?
Doing amazing. How are y'all?
Doing great.
Good.
Hey, I went back and I did my homework, and I was listening to the X's and O's podcast that you did a couple of weeks ago, and like if I wasn't impressed with you from MTE, like I was absolutely just wowed by your story. If you guys haven't watched it, make sure you go after the show and watch X's and O's. Eric, you are what I would consider to be just an incredible human.
Aaron, you are, man. Thank you so much for having me, man.
It's my pleasure. I'm honored. So, you had a very interesting day.
Yes, I've been busy. I tend to bite off a little more than I can chew sometimes, but I had 2 shows today. I'm also a musician. For those of you that don't know that, so I played 2 shows today. Had one last night. I've got one tomorrow. So busy weekend.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I know that on X's and O's, you were actually asked to sing, and you declined.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guess what?
Oh my.
Oh no.
my 20.
Waiting on you.
Can you hear that, Eileen? Can you hear it?
But always be playing the fool. You say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you've done. Yeah. Just when you call me, baby, well, I know I'm not the only one. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah,
Is there
that
is there
my
anything you can't do?
acoustic promo down here. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago, man. That was a couple of years.
Dude, it was awesome. And then there's another one that follows after that. It's definitely designed for Instagram or TikTok. And I mean, you got some pipes on you. I mean, you were banging on the little wooden box and then making your own little sound system going thing. Dude, you're a rock star.
Oh, thank you so much, brother.
It's awesome. So, software engineer, music school teacher, musician. You were a music major. You did real estate. You started up it's like 7 music academies, and then COVID shut it down. And then you went basically you're a singer, a guitar, trumpet, a drummer, and a detailer.
You can do a lot of stuff when you're old. You cram a lot into all that time. But yeah, I've done all that stuff. I don't know. I think I have ADD, or I just get kind of bored with things, and I like to try a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I've done all those things, and sometimes all at the same time.
Yeah, it's incredible. You have such an incredible story, and it's up to you if you want to get into it. And like I said, another 3 weeks ago, you gave the Batman origin story over on their channel. Or we could just dive into whatever. What struck me about you when I met you for the first time down at MTE, you're just a nice guy.
Oh, thank you, man. I feel the same way. I mean, I was really impressed by so many people like you in the detailing community that have been really welcoming. You know, I've been a detailer, sort of a hobbyist detailer for my entire life, but didn't really get into the professional detailing scene until a little over a year ago. And I've really found that a lot of people like you have just been so welcoming and kind of bringing me into the community, the family.
Well, and dude, I mean, you embodied basically the type of people that we like to surround ourselves with. The whole idea of what we're doing in June for the little retreat thing. We talked to you about that, and you're going to be a part of it. I got the math wrong. We actually have 12 people that are already interested in going. Yeah, so it's going to be great.
Mini SEMA, yeah.
Mini SEMA. So again, for those of you that don't know, it's June 19th through the 21st. I think we're going to leave actually on the 22nd. So we'll arrive in the morning of the 19th and then leave Sunday, the 22nd of June, down in Myrtle Beach. We got Christian from BioBombs, Godfrey from BioBombs, myself, Titan Tim, Socrates, Eric Vaughn, Adrian, Papa Smurf, Mark Sosi, Cat Guy, Rick Smith, Eileen is going to try to make it, and Cars with Keeve. The boys from Thor couldn't make it because apparently they have more important things to do in London. But it's looking like it's going to shape up to be a good time. Just hanging out and having some apple juice and doing some barbecue.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great time.
Speaking of which, did you that barbecue place that I sent you? Did you check it out yet?
So it turns out I have been there once before. It's actually in the same part of town I live in, not very far, maybe like 10 minutes from my house. But they sell out like they close when they're sold out every day, and they sell out basically every day.
Yeah.
Very, very good barbecue. Next level.
Dude, I like if you weren't going to make it up to Myrtle Beach, I was putting it in my itinerary to drive down there. to see, to see.
I'll have to try to bring some with me then too.
Man. What was the name of the? Becca wants to know what the name of the barbecue place is, but I'd have to go back to my notes.
You put me on the spot.
It's all right.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. Becca, I'll keep you posted. She is awesome about wanting to be in the know. We do another podcast called No Direction Detail, and she's like, "Let us know what you're going to be testing so that we can follow along in the notes."
Yeah, that's great.
So you said on the other podcast that you're 43 years old and that you basically bounce back and forth between detailing and doing these gigs, and you did 2 gigs today.
2 today. Yep. You know, it allows me to really double down into the detailing and content creation side of things, so I don't have to worry about,
right.
We have the kind of more things going on. You don't have to worry about the ups and downs of one side of things, for sure.
And then when you sorry, I'm all over the map, but basically, what was you said that the music that you play for your gigs basically depends on what the gig hired you to do, and that you're pretty diversified, and then you can play it all. What's like the heaviest that you've ever had to go?
The heaviest I've ever had to go. So, I played music my entire life, and so I play a number of instruments, and the heaviest. So originally I was a drummer, and so definitely when I was younger, I played in some maybe heavier bands, but I don't know. I'm not into super heavy music. I'm usually more of like a blues or a funk kind of guy. I do play kind of a range of music just because down here there's a lot of corporate gigs and weddings and things like that. So they usually require kind of like everything from like Motown to like pop and funk and stuff like that.
All right.
Heavy music podcast on the Detailing channel. I love it.
Why not? Why not?
I love it.
So basically, to get things really kind of started and kicked off, Eileen usually has a set of questions that she likes to hit you with. It's Eileen's quick fire. It helps us build up some questions to give away stuff later on in the show. And we didn't really have a lot of chance to talk backstage. So my first question is, what kind of time frame are we looking at for you?
For me?
Yeah, because sometimes we ramble on for forever.
Oh, I have plenty of time.
Until Eileen texts me, she's like, "Dude, log out."
Yeah, you're my last.
Sorry.
I have no more today. I'm all done.
All right, cool. All right, Eileen, I guess the camera's yours.
All right, let's do it. Okay, all right. So, what is your favorite smell or scent?
I really like pine, like Christmas tree smells. TV came on.
It's all right. I like it.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Alexa didn't like me talking about that. Anyway, so it smells like pine, like kind of like evergreen smells, like Christmas tree. Probably might be my favorite.
Nice. So would you say like GFX is probably a good scent for you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I do love that.
Okay, cool.
I wish that scent was in more detailing products, honestly.
I know, it's such a great scent. I love it.
The only one that are capitalizing on that.
Yeah. Definitely should be used more often. What's your least favorite smell or scent?
I hate gum. So I hate like bubblegum scented things.
So you're a big fan of Hydra. Cool.
I'm sorry. That is true. Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
That's okay. I'm not terribly upset about it because I know that you don't really do rinseless anyway. So it's kind of like, if I'm going to strike out on one of those, that's the one to do it.
I'm really trying to branch into it though. I'm really giving it the old try for sure.
All right, least favorite scent, bubblegum. What is your most used app on your phone?
Probably Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. That and YouTube.
Samsung or iPhone?
iPhone. Apple. Always. All the way.
Boom, boom. You've
All
lost
the way.
all but like one.
No, I think I have like 2 people so far.
I actually was having a conversation with someone earlier today about the fact that Android probably has a better camera.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I heard. Yeah, Papa Smurf keeps rubbing it in my face. So,
but outside of that, like I just don't like the operating system. But
Yeah. All right. Cats or dogs?
So my entire life I had cats. Growing up, that's all I had. But for the last 8 years, I've had the most amazing dog. Her name's Ellie. So
Aw.
I don't know. So I think I'm more of a dog person now. So
Dogs.
probably dogs.
All right. What can I
So he's good. Touche, man.
say? If you could only listen to one song for a whole, it used to be for the rest of your life, but that felt like a really tough question for a lot of people. So we're just gonna say for a full detail. Think of whatever detail you do that takes the longest. If you could listen to only one song for a whole detail, what would it be?
Oh wow, that's tough. And that's a question you ask everyone.
Yep.
I feel like that's harder for me because like I don't even have a favorite artist or genre anymore.
Yeah.
I used to years ago, but I've had to learn and play so many different types of music. It really has kind of watered that down. Ooh.
Maybe if there's one that's like your favorite, maybe this month or this week or something that you're really kind of kicking it to.
I don't know. Can I pass on that one?
Yeah, we can pass. That's okay.
I don't know. That's tough. That's really tough.
It's all
let,
right.
let me ask you a question. So, to kind of segue, I know that and I know that you and Matt talked about it last time. I'm very emotionally driven, especially through music. And if I have a big order that's come in and we need to really kind of move, like I'll switch over to, AC/DC radio, or but if I'm kind of feeling like I just kind of need a mental hug, I'll switch over to something a little bit more focused, like
For sure.
First Aid Kit and stuff like that. And then obviously when I'm cooking, I like to listen to like classical music. So
Wow. It's entirely how I'm feeling, kind of what mood I'm in, what I'm into. But I like pretty much everything. I don't listen to super heavy music really much anymore. But like outside of that, I pretty much listen to everything. Yeah.
Is there maybe like an artist or group that you're listening to that maybe it's not as popular and that people should really kind of check out?
Ooh.
For those of us who
I really like John Bellion's stuff, and sometimes I feel like that's a little
I don't know who
underrated.
that is. Who's Keith Sweat?
Keith Sweat.
of course you wouldn't know, Aaron. No, he's R&B artist.
Okay. Keith Sweat.
Hey, here's a great question. Another segue. Great question. What is a band that you don't like that, and I know that you don't like to put negative stuff out there, but that's not where I'm going. Is a band that you don't like that is considered extremely popular by the majority? Like for me, I'm not a huge Beatles fan, but of course they're one of the best selling rock groups of all time.
Like Nickelback?
Nickelback works if that's it. Yeah. I mean, obviously they've sold, billions of copies of music.
So there's millions of people that love them. I don't care for them. But yeah, I I was actually playing a gig years ago, and someone came up to me. I'm pretty sure this is the same band, and this lady, and I'm sure she intended it as a wonderful compliment. She goes, "You have an amazing voice. You sound just like the guy who sings with Arms Wide Open." And I was like, "Please don't be Nickelback."
No.
And I go home.
It's Creed, isn't it?
Creed.
It's Creed.
Even worse. And it was, you know what? Maybe it was better than I thought. Maybe it was actually a pretty good song. It's not, guys. Go listen to it.
Jordan.
I haven't heard that song. It's great. It's a banger.
That's funny.
So,
All right, sorry to derail you.
yeah.
You're back up, Eileen. Are you frozen?
Oh, there I am.
Are you frozen?
You're frozen.
I'm not frozen. You're frozen.
What's what's your favorite sandwich?
Favorite sandwich.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, that's a tough
Mic
one.
check 1 2.
Oh,
Marco.
mine.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Eric, you and I are fine. Eileen is lagging.
Okay. All right. Roger that. Favorite sandwich. I don't know if this constitutes as a sandwich, but I really love hamburgers. Like I love cheeseburgers. Is that a sandwich?
Sure, I'll take it.
I ate a lot of burgers. Might be just because I'm often playing gigs, and so that's a great easy bar food. But
And are you normally doing, like, when you do a gig, are you normally doing something at like a tavern or a bar, like an open mic night, or not really open mic, but I mean like live music night at a certain place? Or do you do, I know that you said that you did more corporate stuff.
yeah, I would say less of the bar gigs now than I did when I was younger, but still some. Today both of them were at venues in town. One was on a rooftop, another was in a new place that just opened. But yeah, I do a lot more of the corporate gigs. There's a lot of those. They're lucrative.
Good. You're up.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. What is one thing you own that you should throw out?
So I have a bad habit of like getting like better versions of things, new things, and then still keeping the old one, like as a backup, which can be useful. But yeah, just like old detailing stuff, old anything. I have 3 old pressure wash hoses right now I'm not using. Maybe one of those could go. So things like that. I'm bad about stuff like that.
Alrighty. What is the scariest animal?
Scariest animal. Sharks. I think sharks are pretty terrifying.
That's not an uncommon answer on this show.
Yeah, what do most people say?
Yeah.
I live at the beach, so
People
maybe
say
that's.
that.
I'm thinking more in that way. What do people say? Snakes.
We've had big cats for answers, like lions, tigers, and stuff like that.
Bears.
Let's see here. Yeah, leopard was one.
Leopard.
Mm-hmm. Lion. Shark. Shark. Another shark.
Yeah, shark is a pretty popular answer.
Scorpions.
Are we keeping track of the
Snakes and
Aaron
spiders.
is.
I'd love to see a pie chart of all this.
Speaking of pie charts, has anybody seen Ghost? Is Ghost in the house yet, or what?
I have not seen him come through yet.
I got something.
Hey, Voodoo.
I got something sneaky planned for that guy. So if you guys see him or know how to get a hold of him, tell him to log in.
All right, Eric. What was your first concert?
I guess it was probably an elementary school choir concert. My very first concert ever. Fun fact, I passed out and it was carried out of the the cafeteria, probably where the concert was, by the I'm pretty sure by the PE teacher, the female PE teacher. So yeah, that was my foray into music as a 4th grader. I might have, but that I remember that as my first concert.
What was your first concert?
Ryan asked if it was Nickelback.
It was indeed, yeah. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Describe the rest of your life in 5 words.
The rest of my life in 5 words?
Yes.
What's going to happen from this point forward?
Okay.
No, I'm asking. Are you asking me to describe the rest of my life in 5 words?
Yeah, how you see it in 5 words.
Mm.
There's a reason why Eileen is the best at the best when it comes to interviews, because
Going to be really amazing.
What? Going to be really amazing.
Amazing is one word. It's just a lot of syllables.
Yeah.
That's-
Amazing.
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 Going to be really amazing.
It's going to be. So we could do it's going to be amazing. There you go.
Sure. I love that too, Aaron.
All right. What is your favorite action movie?
Favorite action movie? I don't know anymore, but I used to really love Heat. That was like my favorite old school like action movie. I just thought it had some of the best scenes ever.
That's a good one.
I don't know how many of y'all have seen that or remember that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Very, very good movie.
Val Kilmer, R.I.P.
Yeah, who actually just died recently, right?
I know, like 2 days ago.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I'm surprised you didn't say like Olympus Has Fallen or any of your other movies. 300. I'm surprised. That was real. It's very, very humbling of you. So.
It was indeed. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of movies anymore.
You don't have any time.
Yeah.
Between your lady and your dog and the gigs and the detailing, are you still doing the boat stuff? You were gearing up to do it. Is that still? Are you still moving forward with that?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Boats and RVs. That's the lady right there.
I haven't done an RV, so I don't know if that would be next. But I do like boats. Like being on the water.
Boats are fun to detail.
Just recently did a Stark training course here in Charleston, so that was cool. Filmed some content covering.
Alrighty, Eric. Apples or oranges?
Apples.
Agreed.
Good questions.
All right, last question. What do you think happens to you when you die?
Well, I would like to think that there's something after life here. I'd like to think that there's a heaven and things like that. But
Yeah.
Who knows? I definitely don't think I'm going to be reincarnated, perhaps, as something, but that's good.
Who knows? So you said in your earlier interview that you came back to, or I guess you moved to Charleston. Where were you born? Did we just lose Eileen as well? Wow, we lost Eileen and Maddie.
Okay,
Maddie's back.
So where was I born? Well, I was actually born in Ohio, but I grew up in Sumter, South Carolina. So spent most of my childhood there, and then have been in Charleston since 2006.
Okay.
So after undergrad, I moved down here. Went to undergraduate school at Carolina, USC in Columbia, where I studied music.
Huh. So where in Ohio? Because I'm kind of sort of close to Ohio, or was.
We're kind of close. In Medina, Ohio.
I don't know what that is.
Yes. Yeah, I hear it's bigger though now, so
It's what?
I hear it's grown. It's larger than bigger, but.
Well, everything's growing. It's hard to find. It's hard to find elbow room these days anywhere. You have to go to the less habitable places. Like I said, I would have moved to Montana years ago if it wasn't for the fact that it was under snow 10 months out of the year.
Yeah. I went to Wyoming last fall for a gig and it was absolutely beautiful. A lot of extra space there.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I went fishing last May with my dad in Wyoming, in the Wind River Canyon, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I, there's a lot of places out there that have really cool landscape, but nothing quite like the United States in total. Like we have so many different geographical things to see, and it's pretty cool. Um, to be able if you like to travel. I'm not a huge person to fly, but if I can drive there, I want to drive there.
Mhm. No, I'd love to travel more. Something that I haven't devoted enough time to, but for sure.
Okay, so we have Maddie backstage. She's having some looks like she's having some technical difficulties, but if we can try to get her on, there's been a lot of questions about the ambassador program. She also is very limited on time, so I want to kind of shoehorn her in. I don't mean to take up your time, Eric, but she's doing a lot of great things for Phoenix, and she has started the ambassador program, and I'd really like her to explain it because even I don't know the ins and outs of it. So hopefully we can get her to come out. And Maddie, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why my camera was like working, and then I think I touched something, and I'm not tech savvy like that. With cameras, I'm sorry. It's saying it's not connected, so I don't know.
You're fine. Anyway, so Maddie is my CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. She's the mastermind behind Kim Kardashian hanging out on my channel and certain TikTok dances that are supposed to go viral. And she's gearing up to smack me upside my head with a pie. And she's
when's that happening?
As soon as
Go ahead.
As soon as possible.
Yeah, we're trying to get the BioBombs. Christian really wanted to be a part of it, so it looks like I'm going to be hit with more than one. So we're just trying to coordinate with him. But Maddie, take it away.
Yeah. So, were there any like specific questions or just general?
Well, if you could start out by explaining, what the ambassador program is, and then how do you become an ambassador? Because I know there's a lot of
This is Aaron's AI.
like the Gray ambassadors, they're a little bit differently, and I'm kind of new to the game, so.
Yeah. So basically, the entire concept is to kind of keep alive the rising from the ashes, paying it forward atmosphere that Phoenix is. So what we're doing is we're creating community a little bit more than just detailing. We're trying to have good conversation, communication, and making sure that we're uplifting the community as well. In terms of how to become an ambassador, we have a very easy form to fill out, which I can send you the link, Aaron, if you want to put it in here. And then I'm getting that set up on the website too, though, so you'll be able to log right onto the website and apply to be an ambassador. Once the form is filled out, I send you a very lovely email, I like to say. It has a nice little video, 5-minute video of me in there. And then... That is so funny. I wish I was AI. But I'm not a bot, I promise. And then from there, it's really just joining the Discord and being part of the conversations, really, embracing the community and then pushing that forward to everyone online and really making sure that we're harboring, good energy, good communication. You also, earn points. Sorry, I probably should have talked about this. By, engaging with posts, creating posts, talking about Phoenix, inviting people to become an ambassador. And then if, you're following the Instagram page, you saw our first ambassador box go out.
Yeah, I don't
if
see
they're
why
in
not.
Canada, can they join?
Yes. Sorry. Yes, you can join.
Perfect. And Becca wants to know if she gets an orange T-shirt if she applies.
Yeah, I'm responding to her in chats. The orange shirt is typically reserved for employees. But I mean, if you're crushing the points, then maybe we can have that discussion. What kind of points do we get for a Phoenix tattoo? Oh, you definitely get an orange shirt for that.
Yeah, right. That is serious commitment.
Speaking of ink, Eric, that's is that how old is that sleeve? Because some of your earlier videos, you didn't have that at all.
Yeah, it's 3 years. 3 years old.
3
So
years.
not too old, but yeah, 3
Nice.
years old. Full sleeve.
Is that it, or do you have others?
No, I have a very small one I got when I was like 19. But other than that, this was
Right along the small of your back.
yeah, big one on my back.
There's nickelback on the
And then butterfly in my lower back. But other than that,
Butterfly. Yeah.
butterfly. There you go, John Weber. He's the first one. A Phoenix tramp stamp. You get mega points for that. I'm sorry, Maddie. I'm sorry.
Franco.
No,
This
you're
is-
fine. Why are you sorry?
Yeah, because I derail all the time. Eileen has to constantly put me back on the tracks.
That's all right. That's okay. All good. But yeah, it's honestly really simple. Really, really easy, straightforward process. As long as you engage, then you're in
Anyone
it.
can be an ambassador.
Yep. There's no minimum requirements for followers or anything like that. As long as you have one form of social media, you like the products. Very, very simple guidelines.
Awesome. Sounds good.
And so then tell us a little bit more about your origin story, Maddie. You're from Philly,
Yep.
I take it. I mean, she eats, sleeps, and drinks all things Philly, so I'm going to assume that.
They can't see it. I'm in the Eagles hat right now.
You have your own consulting firm, if I am not mistaken.
I do. Yeah. We're a full service digital marketing agency. So anything online, social media management, website creation, SEO, SEM, and then also like business optimization. So we'll do recruiting, we'll do like lead gen, anything like that.
Excellent.
Mhm.
I'm going to add this as a banner and show.
What is that?
So this is the Google Forms to become the ambassador. Like she said, she's going to be putting this. She's going to embed it on the website, so it'll be a lot easier
Yes.
to access this. But for those of you that
Go Steelers. Sorry, I got excited.
Pittsburgh versus Seattle. We stomped them.
Very cool.
Anyway,
And-
go ahead.
I did see, just in case they're on here listening, I did see the 2 new submissions for the ambassador program, and we're all caught up. So everyone should have their emails out and ready to go. So
That's
if
awesome.
you to join.
And then if they wanted to basically consult with you, as far as there's a lot of small business owners here in the chats. There's a lot of small business owners listening to the podcast later on. How would they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so we do have a website. It's Jackson. Oh yeah, there you go. JacksonStreetConsulting.com. If you take off the www and put Madeline at JacksonStreetConsulting.com, that is the best way to contact me personally. And we do free audits for social media, your SEO, all of that. So even if you're just curious on how you're performing across the platforms, we're more than happy to kind of have that discussion as well.
That's fantastic. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Has she applied for an AI voice or as a voice actress? She's got a great and beautiful voice.
Send the job applications. I'm currently looking. Thank you.
no,
All right. So basically, the ambassador program is pretty straightforward. You join the program, you earn points by liking, sharing, making your own content,
Mhm.
and then you do a bunch of like these mini quests and things of that nature as well. Correct?
Yeah, so throughout the week, I'll throw like 300 points if you, let's say, so invite two people to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That was one this past week. So there are different ways to earn points rather than just liking and engaging, but we try to keep it fun and relevant with what's going on.
All right.
I'm sad I couldn't get my camera on, guys.
Yeah, people are going to talk now. They're going to be like, "Oh, this is AI." It's just,
Wait, you know what's funny though? I was on my way home and I was like, I'm gonna sign on and be like, "Hi guys, I'm not a bot," and then everyone's like, I guess I am.
She is a real person, guys.
The real deal. Yeah. So Maddie has absolutely done so many amazing things for Phoenix. I'm so grateful and happy to have her be a part of my team. She's definitely pushed me in a different direction and in ways that like the other day when she came into film, she goes, "All right, I wanted you to do this little viral thing," and I said, "Okay." And it's where you sigh real heavy and you put the hat on, your sunglasses on, and you get to work. And she's like, "It's going to be great. You're going to love it." And then she goes, "This one, you're probably going to not like." I love those conversations because I know that it's taken me out of my comfort box. And I think that when I get out of the comfort box, that's when I think real growth can happen. So I'm like, I'm in your hands, for better or worse. I'm in your hands. So anyway,
one of these days,
will
just be the biggest one. It'll be fine. I think the pie video is honestly going to be the one that goes crazy. Maybe
probably, but that doesn't bother me. You guys, I can take physical abuse all day long.
That's funny.
But the little dances. Jamie.
Yeah, those are great.
Jamie the cleaner. He goes, "I turned on the internet, saw that you were dancing. I turned on the internet, saw you dancing, so I threw the internet away."
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
I get roasted. As long as he doesn't dance anymore. See, Rick, I agree. Oh man, come on, guys. Anyway, all right, Maddie. Is there anything else that you'd like to share? I wish that we could promote you a little bit more. Again, reach out to her, Madeline at jacksonstreetconsulting.com. Check out the website. And she said that she does free auditing for all you small business people out there, and you just kind of want to know where you fit in the great, big, huge world of SEO and Google and all that. She definitely has streamlined Phoenix and really helped put me on the map. So, Maddie, thank you so much for being a part of Phoenix.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure. Like I said, maybe next time if I'm invited back, my camera will work.
You're always invited. You're on the team.
But yeah, if anyone does have any other questions, though, feel free to reach out. If it's Phoenix related, you can get in touch with me on the social medias.
Yeah, and she also has the direct ear to the queen is media at phoenixeod.com. So if you have any questions about the ambassador program, if you have any questions about what's happening on social media and stuff like that, you can reach out to her directly as a Phoenix employee at media at phoenixeod.com. So otherwise, if you want to consult with her, it would be Madeline at jacksonstreetconsulting.com.
Yes.
All right.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I appreciate you fitting
here.
us in. I know that you had a lot of stuff before and you have a lot of stuff afterwards. So thanks for jumping in.
No problem. Have a good one. Everyone stay safe.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
She's awesome. She's just
Fred's
awesome.
in the house.
Fred is such a good dude. Have you met him? Eric, have you met Fred yet?
I haven't.
He's awesome. And you should talk to him because he helps us small guys out. He also is a SEO guru, especially if you have any kind of Google presence. That was a fun sound.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I thought it was backfeeding. I thought I was backfeeding. Sorry. No, so Fred is awesome, and he likes to help out the small guys and good people, and you definitely qualify
Yeah, absolutely.
as good people. So, all right, did we
For
make
sure.
it through your quick fire, Eileen?
We
Yeah.
did.
It's going to be amazing. And then apples, and then nobody knows. I think, right? That was the final question.
Nobody knows.
Don't know what's going to happen. All right. So now I'm going to get really difficult to you, Eric. Things get really hard from here.
All right,
What are your top 4 movie genres that you no longer watch?
that I no longer watch.
Never watched.
Top 4 movie genres. I love funny movies. So typically, most things I watch are going to be funny or action movies that are also funny, or or something. Life's just entirely too serious in all the things for me to watch things that are stressful. I'm not a big, I don't tend to watch like horror films and things like that.
Yeah, me neither.
So usually it's something just kind of like as an escape, something funny. I do like action movies and things like that, but I would say that probably covers all 4. Although, I still watch, like movies, like action movies like John Wick and things like that. I mean,
Sure.
But yeah.
So let me ask you a question that's going to be completely off the path of everything.
All right, let's do it.
Every interaction that I've had with you, which unfortunately has been limited, but watching your content, watching your other interviews, and just kind of observing when I was down there at MTE, you interacting with other people, you are an extremely positive and uplifting, upbeat kind of guy. How do you mental floss? How do you keep that positive energy? Because I mean, you give off that vibe of positive energy, and it's infectious. And so, how do you do that?
I think you learn it over time. Or you either learn it or you don't. Kind of in life, you either learn to embrace just being positive and happy, or life just kind of will just eat you alive. And so it's something just Fortunately, I've had some experiences that have allowed me to develop that. And I just think everything's better if you can look at it in a positive, happy light, looking at other people in your industry as collaborators rather than competition, and just trying to help everybody succeed. Because, I mean, life's tough. There are a lot of challenges, and there's enough cars and houses and whatever our product is that we want for all of us to be successful. And I think, if we try to help each other be successful, we can get there faster.
For sure.
So yeah, that's at least my philosophy that I've tried to embrace, and it seems to be working well for me. It's not always easy, definitely there's days that I'm not positive, but yeah, that's at least my goal when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah. And has there been a time when like you've experienced some like real darkness, and then how did you get out of it?
Just like anybody, you kind of have to put things in perspective. There's everything can be learned as a lesson. Everything is either can teach us something, or we can just let it kind of destroy us in some way. So I think just learning to embrace these things, and that's why I try to help other people so much too, because I do think that we need support. And it's really doesn't take a whole lot of effort to help each other. I think it just takes just as much or maybe even more effort to be negative and to kind of put other people down. So
yeah.
Anyway, that's
it's something that I've been working on both of those things a lot. I'm trying to be a better human.
Aaron, I think you're an amazing human, brother.
No.
Yeah.
It's not like Rupert Thorne is a mobster from the Batman universe, and he would say, all men have something to hide. The brighter the picture, the darker the negative.
Wow.
And it's
Very cool.
I'm trying to be a better human because, we all have sins to pay for, I guess. Do you read much? Are you a reader?
A reader. So I don't read as much as I should anymore. Fun fact, my mother was a librarian her entire life. So growing up. She's actually visiting me right now. She's in the other room right now watching the podcast.
Oh, good.
So definitely have a deep love for reading and words specifically. But I don't read as much as I should anymore. I'm primarily learning and getting most of my content and education through YouTube.
Sure. But I mean, you're very well versed and learned, from your degrees and being in school and, starting musical institutes. I mean, obviously, you know your stuff. Actually was looking for ghosts. So here's an interesting story. Last episode, Curmudgeon's 51, we were giving away a polisher. And there was the Wheel of Death that had basically anybody that brought people to Phoenix's channel and subscribed, you had a chance to win a polisher. And I'm supposed to get these alerts on my phone when a new subscriber subscribes. And after talking with Papa Smurf and Eileen, that doesn't always happen. And so I didn't get all the alerts that I thought that I did. And because of that, X6M Ghost got shorted a whole bunch of entries. And so when we spun the wheel, he didn't get a fair shake. And so after a very, very long conversation with him backstage on IG, he told me that I wasn't allowed to do this. But because I'm a stubborn old Irish prick, I'm going to do it anyway, because that's how I am. So what I decided to do was I'm going to respin the wheel. Now, Enthusiast is still going to get his polisher, but he was so hell-bent on me not doing this that I felt that I would meet him 3% of the way. So what I did was, hold up. Yeah, maybe next time you should show up to Curmudgeon's Corner, Enthusiast. You won a polisher and you weren't even here. Yeah, clown. So anyway, so what I did was I put in 17 entries onto the Wheel of Death and 3 entries that the house wins. So there is still a possibility that Ghost doesn't win, but at least it's a fair fight this time. So if you would just indulge me, we are going to spin the Wheel of Death one more time.
Is it him?
It's Papa Smurf in the center. And so there's 17 chances that Ghost wins a new polisher, and there's 3 chances that the house wins. So without further ado, we're going to spin this pig and see what happens. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba! All right. Ghost wins a polisher.
Hell yeah.
Ghost wins a polisher.
What polisher?
It's a what is that? It's a Mac Shine something. I don't know. It's around here somewhere. But anyway, I talked to Carzilla and I talked to a couple of other peeps, and we pulled some strings, and so therefore we can avoid all of those weird tariffs things that are happening these days. And we will be sending Ghost his very own Mac Shine. He came with me he's like, I got this 3-incher that does just fine for me. And I'm like, no, this is a much better machine. So I'm glad that he won. Fair is fair, square is square. And
Ghost brought everyone to the corner.
What's that?
I said Ghost brought everyone to the corner.
Yeah. So he has a bedtime. I don't want to hear it. That's why they invented caffeine and Coca-Cola. Kobe. now we're back on track of things. All right, it's been an hour. We got to give something else away. $15 gift card to somebody, Eileen.
All right, you ready for the question?
Waiting on you.
The question is, I asked Eric cats or dogs, and his initial answer was cats, and then he changed it to dogs because of his dog, whose name is.
Oh, that's a great question. Sorry, his name is not Dog or Dogs.
The name, guys, the name.
The name of the dog. Wow, Keith coming in strong.
I know there's some people that yeah. Chelsea.
Is
there
that
it is.
Is that it? Is that it?
Glow. Electric Glow got it right.
Yeah.
All right, Electric Glow. Send me your email address, and I will send you a $15 gift card. And if you do it during the show, it might even happen during the show, and you don't have to wait 5 months like Carson did.
Everyone
for
else.
A polisher. Congratulations. I don't even there we go. Oop. Aaron at phoenixeod.com. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Send me your email address and I'll send you a card. I'd like to give away one $50 cert to Thor and a light box. Holy moly. Wow. Conway, that's amazing. That's extremely generous.
I've got one more.
Okay. All right.
We're giving away Chronos to somebody.
Electric Glow. Electric Glow. Where did he go? Detailing LLC. He gets a
Jordan, that light box is legit. I think Franco got one, and I definitely have one for my Mustang, and it's like the best thing ever.
You know, this is coming from Rick Smith, who will call me because Rick Smith,
to the point of a story.
Rick Smith is a truck driver. He spends a lot of time on the road, and he will call me. And I'm like the only person on the planet that will give him 4 to 5 hours at a time just so he can just ramble on. And now he's going to be talking smack. I get it. All right, Rick Smith.
I mean, he's not wrong, though.
We'll see you in South Carolina. You better bring... I'm going to be punching for the knees, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm punching for the knees. Anyway. Hey, Cash Cool Dad's in the house, even if it is Facebook. Good to see you, Cash. What's up, TC? All right, so she's going to give something else away, and then she also has a series of detailing questions. I know that's why you came on here, is to just talk about detailing. And I'm really, honestly, I'm more interested in music. Like, I want to chill out at one of your,
I'll talk about whatever. I don't care.
I want to chill out and eat one of those burgers at one of those establishments while you are playing. Because, I mean, from the videos that I watched, we put a bunch of your stuff. I was digging around looking for you, and you got. You have what?
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, you can't really see, but that's what Conway got. Sent me. I can't turn it off though.
And that's a light box?
Oh. Yeah, it's a light box.
Oh, neato.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So if you wanted to run over and check out Charleston Detailing,
oh yeah,
youtube.com/@Charleston Detailing. And he also has really cool stuff and content on his IG page. So check out Charleston Detail on IG. And then also you can also check out his music, Eric Vaughn Music on IG. And he also has a music YouTube channel, Eric Vaughn 843 on YouTube.
There's a little bit on there.
A little bit. But I mean, and then you also have your website, which is also super, super cool. And that's what I was looking at earlier. when we played your videos. Hopefully YouTube doesn't give me some sort of copyright infringement, but it's your music and you're on the show, so they should. All right, so how do we give away this light box and $50 gift card and a light box? Now, Conway, is that 2 separate prizes, or does like one person get both prizes?
I'd like to do 2 giveaways.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. That's why I asked for clarification.
1 gift certificate and a light box.
Just subscribe. Hey, you got a subscriber. Thanks, Fernando. Appreciate you.
Yes, 2 separate.
Just subscribed. Yes, 2 separate. Okay, 2 separate gifts. So let's space it out. We can give away the $50 gift card now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to do that?
Sure.
Okay.
You have a question?
Do you?
I mean, I could.
I mean, I wrote everything down, so I have stuff, but
Of course you did. $50 gift card. I feel like it has to be a good one. Go ahead with yours. You ask one.
see how you are. See how you are.
Gotta put you on the spot sometimes, Mister. I write everything down.
All right, it could be a trick question. Could be a trick question because I was watching the X's and O's interview, and I got a lot of questions written down from that, and so we could refer to a question that they asked to see if they're really a fan of Charleston Detail. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're a fan. They're a fan.
I was just lying. Maybe I didn't even tell the truth last time.
I'm gonna be So
ask the question.
Okay. On X's and O's podcast, Christy asked a question, and the answer was to what was, I believe, his favorite scent, and it's different than his favorite scent on our channel. It's different but close. It's different but close. It was like she asked you what your favorite scent was, and it was extremely similar but a little bit different. And it's not pine. It's not pine, but it's based off of the same chemical. It's based off of the same chemical and brand. It's based off the same brand and chemical, but it's a different scent. Again, Christmas. There it is. Keith Firebird got it. That guy. I think he is AI.
Is it up here on my wall?
I think Keith. There has to be some. I don't know if he is legitimately a real person. Because you said Pine Sol Lemon was your favorite, and I was just
an interior cleaner. So I love lemon fresh scent. I just feel like it's a good interior cleaner. And
okay.
so,
have you tried Typhon, Eric?
I haven't yet, and I'm sorry. I'm ashamed to.
Oh, that scent. Don't be sorry. That scent is it's very lemony. I think it's pretty lemony. It smells awesome.
Yeah, Matt was telling you about it on his show, so it's coming. Once he tries it, he'll convert. Don't worry.
But yeah, CarPro Inner QD, I think is reminiscent of Lemon Pledge. And growing up, I really enjoyed getting to use Lemon Pledge to clean the wood furniture. I think that was probably my favorite cleaning task is getting to use the spray Lemon Pledge. So yeah.
Yeah, try Typhon. It's such an addicting scent.
He wants the light box instead. Can we give him the light box instead of the $50 gift card? Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So,
oh, I do. Okay.
Hey, we'll make all the exceptions for you, Keith, since you win everything anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a good scent.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's concentrated or if that's already pre-diluted.
He should. I gave him the kitchen sink when I saw him down in Orlando, so he should have the concentrated version and a dilution bottle that went with it.
Yeah, you said you used it 10-1 or 15-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to use it 8-1, and it's I mean it's great. It's awesome.
All right, this will be my new one. I like it.
All right.
All right,
Keith,
so we still need a $50 question, huh?
yeah, but you want to space it out?
Oh yeah, we could do that. You want me to ask my detailing questions?
Heck yeah, I do.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Hold on, let me open it up.
Look at that, Keith. I will make you one. All right, Conway is going to. I have Keith's contact information. I don't know if I have Conway's contact information. You guys probably are friends on IG, and you can kind of work out the details if you want to. If you need me to to get my fingers into it, yeah, he's on IG. Yeah, that's what I figured. If you need me to get involved, email me. Otherwise, it'll be completely purged by the end of this episode.
Alrighty, Eric. So, what is a tool that you bought that you feel now you could have waited or never purchased at all?
Pad washer.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because you don't do a lot of like?
No, I think you just don't really need one unless you're like in a shop, and you just got a bunch of guys. I don't think so. I mean, you can blow it out. You can use a tool. I don't think that's necessary.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, they're great, but how do you feel about that, Aaron?
I like mine. I enjoy it.
A pad washer, I don't nearly. Well, obviously, Eileen details 1,000 times more than I do, so I've never had the need for it. Old school, pads on the back wall in the sunlight to dry, and
if you have a lot of pads, you're rotating out.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree that I it's not something that I have purchased for that reason. I don't really need it.
Sure.
Alrighty, what is the weirdest thing that you have found while detailing a vehicle?
I don't know if I've really found any weird things while I was detailing.
Okay.
Fortunately, maybe.
That definitely is fortunately, because we've heard some stories.
Yeah, we've heard some good ones.
Although I will say, when I was younger, right out of college, I worked for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And now that, on the other hand, I've found my share of interesting things in there, from switchblades to, other things, weapons, products, and stuff like that. Interesting stuff in cars.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that all. I live right near a Marine base, so I do a lot of like Marines vehicles, and there's always like some kind of weapon in there.
So yeah, there was. I was working at one near an Army base, so yeah, it was probably similar. Yeah.
All right. Have you ever had? And do you do details like professionally, like for profit? Frequently, you do out of your home, yes?
Both mobile and out of my home. It started just mobile, but I really enjoy doing them here. And now that I have a good space for it, if I'm doing something,
what's your preference?
Yeah, it's my preference, especially if I'm doing a coating or something like that.
Yeah.
It's also a lot easier for me to make content here. Of course, that's not.
Oh, absolutely.
And you have a great shop manager now, so.
Yeah, so I mean, I prefer if they don't mind dropping off. Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say, man?
I said you have a great shop manager, Ellie. So that's always good. You said that she was almost leaning up against one of the tires that you just cleaned, and you were like, "You can't be doing it." Yeah. So.
But yeah, so yeah, both.
Okay. Have you ever had a customer express unrealistic expectations of a detail?
After the fact, no. I mean, I think if you do a good job at vetting it and setting up expectations beforehand, and that's something that I learned through other businesses that I've had in my life, is just setting up the appropriate expectations going in. Or if you see something that's going to be a bad situation and you can identify that, this is something that you don't even want to get involved with, I've just said, you just say no. I think it's better to avoid a bad situation instead of I think definitely being a younger business person, I would put myself in situations being hungry for the business than I will now.
Right.
It just comes with, mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and setting up poor expectations. So just always, what I say, under promise, over deliver. But it's more just setting up proper expectations with the clients. And I think if you were, the kind of clients I'm usually dealing with, they usually have pretty reasonable expectations.
Absolutely. What is one thing that you have in your arsenal that if it was missing on your next detail, you'd struggle or kick yourself for not having?
So somebody was asking me this on a recent one, and I said an air compressor, and they were saying over a foam cannon or something. But
I would say air compressor. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think
I would definitely say it.
Interiors just are awful without an air compressor. And interestingly enough, I know a lot of people, specifically a lot of UK detailers, they don't use air compressors quite like we do as much over here. I feel like.
Really?
Yeah.
I just heard that on Chelsea's podcast that she doesn't have one. She doesn't use the Tornador. She doesn't use.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bananas.
That's baffling. I mean, although granted, growing up, no one was, when I was detailing in the 90s, no one was using air compressors as much for that. It was the vacuum. But now that I've been using one for a while, I certainly couldn't go back. I'd rather use a garden hose and a bucket and not have a foam cannon than.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know if I would be able to get through. I mean, obviously I would be able to get through it, but it cuts down the time dramatically and the results are so much better after, using like a compressor with like a Tornador or whatever. It definitely is great to have.
Here, there's a lot of vehicles with beach sand and stuff like that, and it's just, without it, it's kind of a pain for sure.
Yeah, I live in the desert and we get sand and gravel all over. Yeah, it's the best thing.
Yeah.
What is a skill that you learned that has proven to be the most beneficial for you as a detailer or business?
I would say marketing. And marketing and sales, which kind of go hand in hand. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how amazing you are if nobody knows about you.
Right.
And usually, as much as you think people do know about your business, they usually know less. So an old adage that just says, just always market, because people don't know you as well as you think you do. So I think being good at selling and stuff. I mean, your product needs to be good. You need a solid product, but at the end of the day, Starbucks doesn't sell a lot of coffee because they make the best coffee. I don't think it's because everybody knows that. They do a great job at building an amazing brand. So brand building, marketing, sales, stuff like that. That's great no matter what your niche is.
Yeah, for sure. Hold on. As a small business, what has been the biggest challenge that you've faced? What would be your best or favorite accomplishment to date?
Ooh, so repeat both of those because they're different.
As a small business, what has been the biggest challenge that you have faced, and what would be your best or favorite accomplishment to date?
So I guess those are two different things. So the biggest challenge. I think I've noticed this kind of across the board in a lot of different fields I've done, because I've kind of lived with a number of different lives and other careers. But I would say it's people being not as collaborative sometimes. Some people can be very collaborative, but people being very competitive in the industry. So it's really easy to look at other people in your industry as competition, but I found it's best that when you look at it as collaboration. It's kind of what me and Aaron were talking about earlier. So I found that kind of a little disheartening sometimes, is that that's can kind of be a struggle. But on the other side of the coin, some of the biggest accomplishments I've had on the other side is that people can be highly collaborative and really awesome. Like people like Aaron. I just came back from Idaho, had a great experience out there collaborating with a lot of great folks around company and all those things. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of amazing people. So it's kind of a duality of sorts. So,
Right. Okay.
What was, if I can interrupt real quick, what was Idaho all about? Like, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it was. So, something about me, I love networking and I love, collaborating with people. And so this was the Rad Company's event that they do once a year. And so I was a brand ambassador for them last year. And So I was really fortunate to get to go out there and network with all those businesses. And so they do an event, I guess, like I was saying, once a year, and it's on YouTube. And so all the guys that they sell and work with kind of come out there. And so a lot of good networking, content creation, and stuff like that.
What does one have to do to become a Grey Ambassador?
I guess apply. I guess it might be like for yours. It's just create content and apply for it. I admittedly didn't know as much about it as some of the other guys before I got involved. I just was looking for opportunity to network and get more eyeballs on my content and my business, which it was. It was
Awesome.
Alrighty. What social media platform have you had the most success with?
I would say it's Instagram, although that's the one that I focused on last year. Admittedly, my goal is always to be primarily focused on YouTube. Although last year I started with Instagram because that's what I had the most experience with my music business and promoting on that. So I started there and then got involved with the Grey Ambassador program, which is an Instagram oriented thing. So I just decided to, use the rest of 2024 to really delve heavy into reels and things. So I've now kind of shifted, and my goal is to be more YouTube oriented. But so far, yeah, it's been Instagram.
Nice. How would you classify success? Everyone has their own definition in terms of financial, etc. But what is yours?
Well, that's a loaded question, right? Now, I would say success for me has definitely changed over the years. We all want at least enough money to pay our bills and to have some sort of financial security. So I think, success involves that. But I think it's more having freedom to choose what you're doing with your time, time to spend with your family and your dogs and, things you love, people you love. To me, that's true success is really having that freedom at the end of the day. Because I don't think anything else really matters if you don't, you can't enjoy your life.
Yeah, I think for me, that definitely resonates with me as well. Because I think when I was younger, I was like, money, more money, money, more money, 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 money. And then now that I've gotten older and I've, been in situations where I've had the financial stability to do what I want to do, now I feel like I'm more focused on like time. Time is more important to me. And being able to do the things that I love with the people that I love, and all of that, I think is way more important than what's in your bank account.
For sure, and I like nice things, and money is great, but like time is the one thing we can't buy more of. So it's a very finite resource. So, anyways, that's what I find. The older I get, the more is what I think is the true definition of success. Right, being able to devote the time in the way that you want. Which is why some of us work for ourselves, right? So that we can give ourselves time off.
Yeah, exactly.
I often joke with people that I'm a worse boss than I've ever had in any other boss, in any other field that I've had. So,
do you have employees for your business?
I don't currently, and I don't. At least as far as detailing goes, I don't have any intention in doing that. I've had businesses where I have had employees and subcontractors and things. And, it's easy to think, for those people that haven't had it, that you're going to add employees and you're just going to exponentially add revenue to your business. But what you do is you end up spending a lot of your time not doing what you love, which for most of us is detailing, right? You get into it, you want to detail, and then you add all these employees and you end up keeping up with their schedules and being an HR director and an accountant and all kinds of things like that. So I don't, and I like it. I like having and getting to be a one-man show and then kind of devote to how I want to with my time.
What would be your toughest challenge of being a one-man band? What is the toughest challenge that you encounter?
Volume. I can only do so many vehicles myself, and so that might be, that might be the biggest encounter. Otherwise, where do I see my business in 5 years? Ooh, Rick, loaded question, sir. So that's been kind of evolving, especially as I'm doing more content for companies, doing some more brand deals and things like that. So I really enjoy creating content and doing videos. And I've more recently gotten into marine detailing and creating some videos for that. So I'm kind of seeing where that takes me. And that's at least going to be 50% of my business. I really like making videos, and it's probably going to get outside of detailing a little bit as well, like into just cars. I love cars and all things like that.
And when it comes to the marine detailing, what got you into that, or were you always doing that and you just kind of focused
I live in
more on
Charleston,
it?
so we're a big port city, and so boats and things like that are all part of our life down here, and so it's kind of just natural that's kind of a progression to the brand.
Yeah. Have you watched any of Drake's detailing stuff?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I did a boat last year, and I was like glued to his channel because it was so like informative.
Well, yeah, and what I think is kind of interesting is in the auto detailing world, we're much more saturated as far as that kind of content, detailing content. It just doesn't exist as much on the marine side of things. There is some like Drake and some guys, but yeah. So just saw that as kind of an opportunity to capitalize on some of that as well.
What is your favorite car and or boat?
Favorite car? Man, that's a tough question. I really love Porsches. So I would really love a GT3 or GT3 RS would be a wonderful.
As long as it's not the Corvette from Smoking the Bandit, I'm completely happy with whatever answer
I
is.
love Porsches.
Looking at you, Rick Smith.
Yeah. That would probably make me really happy. I really want to do a lot of modifications to my 4Runner. Like I enjoy, modding out my 4Runner and doing stuff like that. So yeah, I don't necessarily need a Bugatti or anything crazy.
Yeah, I was never really a car nut. I like trucks. I've always liked trucks. I wanted, I think that if I had one of those magic wands, it'd probably be like a Ford from the 50s, a big truck from the Ford line.
Yeah, I think it's fun. There's a lot you can do to trucks, and it's fun. I'm waiting for the warranty to run out on mine before I do anything to this one.
I know. I was taking a shot at Rick Smith. This is a long, ongoing thing that he just can't stop talking about it. So I'm talking as much trash as possible. I apologize, Eric, for stepping on your toes, but these maniacs in the chat room.
Before we go down that rabbit hole, because I'm sure Aaron can get into it, I wanted to see if you could address that, Eric, and give any. That's where I was kind of headed before when I was asking you about the marine detailing. What would be your maybe something that you learned that you didn't know before, especially since you have some experience with it, for someone who's starting out?
I mean, it's doing coatings on marine coatings are very similar. The process is the same. It's just there's usually going to be more sanding steps and more polishing steps. Rotary. It's just
gel coat I think reacts a lot differently than clear coat, and it's a lot more like it's more heat oriented. So if you can generate more heat, you're better. You'll have better results when it comes to gel coat. In my experience up here with the marinas.
Yeah.
So you're looking for you're looking for a nice wool pad and maybe a rotary where you can really get cranking on it.
Mm-hmm.
In my experience, I could be wrong. I mean,
no, absolutely.
You're the professional. I'm not.
I'm much more inexperienced in that side of things, but definitely it's rotary, a lot of heat.
Yeah, a lot of heat.
The guy talking smack about cars that drives a Hyundai.
See, what I'm talking about. Right? I have to punch back when I have to punch back when I can. Maniacs. So many cars and only so much time for money and space for all of them. Yeah.
What's your favorite part of marine detailing, Eric?
Well, like I said, I'm much newer in that, so I like for the most part that it's just different. Like most of my life, I enjoy just dabbling in different things, and I kind of get bored doing the same thing all the time. So,
well, what about card or just like detailing in general? What's the one?
And there's no interiors, so
No, it's
I don't have to cram into the third row of an SUV. You know, I'm fairly tall, so that's probably my least favorite thing.
Yeah.
There's only like one person, maybe two. There's like one person that I know for sure that doesn't mind interiors at all, and it's Chelsea. She's just like, oh, I like doing interiors. I'm like, you're the only person that I know.
I mean, it's a necessary evil. I mean, you need, the interiors need to be good, but I definitely could do without that for sure.
Interesting question.
What do you enjoy? What do you enjoy detailing? Like what part of detailing do you enjoy the most? Like ceramic coatings, polishing, waxing, I don't know, whatever.
I enjoy the finished product. So it doesn't matter what it is. I love the end result being great.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
Whatever it is.
That transformation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so which is, I mean, kind of why I got into detailing to begin with as a kid, is I liked, wanted to keep things looking nice. And so, yeah, to me, it's that end result. It's so I like it all. Yeah, for sure. Other than interiors, I really don't care for them. Although I feel like I'm pretty decent at it. I just, I'm good about it. If I had to pick a pressure washer for the rest of my life, if details, I don't understand that. What is it? What Eric was?
If you had to pick a pressure washer for the rest of your life, for detailing, what would it be? Like, what's your favorite pressure washer? I guess is how I'm.
I mean, I think the Cransville is amazing. I don't own one. I have the Adams 2.0 or the Active 2.0 rather, which is fine. I've had two of those now in my life. This is my second one, and it's great. But I do really like a Cransville. If I had Obsessed Garage money, I would have the double. I think that'd be epic. So yeah, that's probably the goal eventually.
All right.
Aaron, how do you feel about doing that Chronos giveaway that I was talking about earlier?
What Chronos?
It'll be pretty quick.
What are you talking about?
I had someone message me and say that they would like to give away a bottle of Chronos.
All right. Sure. We also still have a $50 gift card to give away as well.
Yeah. This one, hold on, because the person sent me the question.
Oh.
What?
Is there a sponsor behind this Chronos, or is it all secret?
The sponsor is Franco.
Franco.
Yes, Franco is sponsoring a bottle of Chronos, and we will provide him with the winner's address and information. So the question is, what famous YouTuber recently featured Chronos on their channel?
Oh.
Is Aaron on his MySpace?
Yeah, man.
No, he's on his Friendster.
I got my 4 songs to jam to.
Updating his top 10. Updating his top 8. Yeah.
Dimitri. Looks like J.
There
Farm.
goes J Farm.
Boo, 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 boo.
All right, Jordan, if you can, I don't know off the top of my head Franco's information, but if you want to email me your information.
I have his address in my, because he's bought stuff from Phoenix. So I have his,
Jordan.
I can get you that information.
Yeah, Jordan, if you're all right with that, Aaron's going to shoot me your information and then we'll send it over to Franco.
All right. J Farm info.
David Boyce, drummer, fainted at his first concert. Dimitri, 4th grade. Those were all the answers.
J Farm info to.
He was ready to answer all the questions.
Yeah, because he's got to beat that bot Firebird.
No, Jordan, you don't have to. Aaron, you for sure have his information, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, as long as he's bought for me, which he has, I have it.
Yeah, Jordan, he'll send it to me, and then I'll get with Franco and We'll get you that bottle of Kronos.
Yep, Jordan Farmer. Got it. Beep bonk, beep bonk.
Perfect. Did you finish your what do you call it?
What?
Mount Rushmore?
No, but he doesn't really seem like that's the kind of thing that he does.
Okay.
So I kind of abandoned it. Normally, Eric would go through like your favorite TV shows. I mean, we could talk about like.
Yeah. No, fair. No, I'm bad about that. That is very true.
I figured it was kind of like, and no knock against you. It's just like, but you were kind of, you struck me as a little bit of a foodie. So,
okay, let's talk food.
Yeah. So basically, on the Mount Rushmore is basically I ask for your top 4, and so what would be your top 4 food genres?
I would like to say something more, more extravagant and fancier. But really, to be honest, those people
Americana, I think, is number 1. You said you're a burgers guy.
The most will know that my favorite thing in the world is hibachi. There's a place near me called Hibachi, and I actually got it last night. Steak and shrimp. It's amazing. There's a place near me, and it's really top notch. And so that's not really a food, type. Maybe Asian is that, but I don't know.
It would be Asian cuisine. Sure.
It's this place, Hibachi Hut, that it is special to me, and I can call and they know what I want, which is maybe a little disturbing, but they do. It's they can recognize my voice. So yeah, hibachi. That's probably my favorite. Second, maybe Americana kind of food, like burgers and things like that. Do love that. Third, sushi, which is getting kind of back to Asian food, but we have some insane sushi places here.
Imagine.
And then lastly, like steak, like a good steakhouse for sure. So Aaron, when y'all come down, I expect us to dabble through all 4 of those.
Yeah, so I know that Titan Tim is setting us up with there's a style of seafood that you guys, it's like calabash or
calabash seafood places.
Yeah, so we're hitting one of those. We're doing a calabash seafood place, and then of course, based upon what you just said here, I'm sure that Titan Tim can hook us up with some pretty cool other stuff. Whenever I travel, I don't do chains. That's my one rule. Like if I can remotely get it anywhere near me, I don't want it.
And that's the great thing about Charleston is we don't, unless you're kind of up in North Charleston, downtown there aren't chains. It's just all local places and stuff. So we do kind of get spoiled with that for sure.
So calabash for the win. We're enthusiasts. So I just got Jamie to sign off on the tire dressing. It is dilutable, so I would imagine that we can do both interior and exterior with it. I'm really, really excited about it. I got my illustrator to already do the designs, and I mean this might be the coolest picture or illustration he's drawn yet. Is the Fenrir.
Good night, Ryan.
Fenrir is the mythological wolf monster from Norse mythology.
What is it called?
Fenrir. Fenrir. Fenrir, and he's a ginormous wolfhound that was too powerful for the gods, so they tricked him and tethered him to a ginormous rock. So we are basically just waiting for price points, and I'm really, really, really excited about this. And we also have the Hylein soap that's coming out, and that is being worked on currently right now. So bottom line is we have that dressing coming for you, buddy. I'm hoping. I mean, fingers crossed. We're already the 5th of April. But I am hoping for a birthday celebration in May with one of those 2 products.
My birthday's in May, Aaron. Is this going to be celebratory?
My birthday is also in May. Are you a Taurus? I'm a Taurus.
I am. Last day of Taurus. I'm the 20th.
I'm the 2nd.
Ooh, okay, very nice.
So we're there. That's awesome.
Yeah,
we're kin, man. We are
a good trivia question later. I don't know. I'm just.
That's awesome. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So Asian, Americana, burgers, sushi, steakhouse, and then
but I hate to those. Honestly, I hate to look at myself. I love all food, Aaron. Let's face
I do
it.
too. I'm a total foodie.
I love it all.
Yes, you did, Matt. Yes, you did.
Hey, what's up, man?
All the cool kids. All the cool kids. That's all I'm saying. So if you had to pick one of those four, what would it be? Like death row, the death row meal. What is it? The night before your order, sir.
And it's probably a shame for me to pick this, considering how many times I've eaten it in my life. But I would go with the hibachi. I know it's going to be good. It would be satisfying. I would die happy.
All right, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'd take it.
I do love me a good hibachi. I'm a foodie. There's only one, and I'd even be willing to revisit it. But there's only one cuisine that I have a tough time with, and it's Indian food. I'm not a huge
thing. I do like it. My body doesn't always like it, but I do enjoy it.
There's something about the curry flavor that I don't like. It's tough for me. It's tough. I don't like hot yogurt. I don't like just
in rear.
In rear. No, it's Finn. F-I-F-E-N. Finn rear. You love Indian food. All right. Well, like I said, Steve, I'm not opposed to
Same here.
it.
I love Indian.
It might have been just the one or two.
You went to the wrong place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'd be willing to try it. And if somebody is like, trust me, come with me, let's eat here, I would do it because I'm adventurous. But it's going to be an uphill battle for sure for me to convert to it. But everything else, I mean, I've eaten some crazy things, especially in the Asian cuisine. Like, they don't hold back eating weird stuff. And I'm like, all right, let's try it. Scrambled calf brain, octopus eyes, just all kinds of just banana stuff. All right, let's try it. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I won't. But you don't know until you try it. What else you got for me? India has a larger detailing market than the U.S. Yeah, they also have like 6 billion more people than the U.S. as well. So it's true. Aaron likes blowfish. I wouldn't be. I know that it's poisonous if you prepare it wrong, but I wouldn't be opposed to trying it from a master chef.
The right place. I'll try it.
Yeah. Yeah, juice free. I wouldn't be. I don't disagree with you. I know that Dubai is like, and I know that Dubai is more Saudi Arabia than India, but Dubai is crazy when it comes to the car market and the supercars and the detailing and all that stuff. I was just watching some video. Here's a good question for you both. One's it's a mobile detailing question. I was just watching on Instagram. It was I want to say it was in Dubai. They were using drones to foam wash cars. How do you feel about that? So basically, the drones were floating, and they attached to it was a power washer nozzle and a hose and soap and everything, and it's just foaming the whole thing. And the guy's steering it. So I'm thinking, like, you're really not saving yourself a whole lot of time or effort because you're still involved in the process, and now you still have this floating machine. How does that,
Well, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that they were initially used for doing buildings. Like a lot
that makes sense.
You go up and you can like wash buildings and stuff. So I mean, I think the utility is definitely there for that. Instead of having people like on like scaffolding and stuff. But For a car, I mean, no. Yeah, they use those for window cleaning. There you go.
Yeah.
They're pricey. I don't know if you checked into them. I mean, they're like
No idea. I don't
They're
even
like-
own.
they're
I
like
don't even own one for photography. I would get one for photography for my business before I got
Oh
one.
yeah. That's definitely on the list for sure. But I mean, that's cool. I mean, I think if you're in an area that definitely has those kind of buildings, I think you have to have some special licensing and stuff for them as well. You know, if you had the money, I think, you know, like around resorts, probably stuff like that, Caribbean, maybe like Miami, things like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's plus two is you don't have to deal with like the liability of having a human being up on the, yeah. And I don't know how many times they have to deal with accidents or insurance, and yeah, that takes all that away.
But for a car, it's pretty silly.
For a car, for sure, it is silly. I mean, I could definitely use it for an RV. Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. It'll save my arms.
If push came to shove, do you think that you could pick four bands, four of your top bands
Of like all time favorite
Yeah.
band? All time?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Sure. So maybe growing up, I was a huge fan of Rush. I was a drummer, so I loved that. For those people who know that band.
Oh yeah. My video or my live stream with Doug got kicked off of YouTube because we played a bit from Rush where South Park, the kids from South Park did the intro for Tom Sawyer, and the concert Rush actually used it in one of their concerts. It's epic. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. South Park /Rush concert, and it's fire. It's fire.
Yeah, so maybe everything like anybody Chris Cornell was involved with. So you know, Soundgarden, you know, Audio Slave, things like that. Like I was a big fan of that. You know, those bands.
Yeah.
It's tough picking all time. You know, I really liked Michael Jackson and all of his music. You know, that whole like, not necessarily like Motown, but like coming from that, you know, like Quincy Jones and everybody that, you know, that was in that. That's what those sort of artists. Man, this is so hard. Maybe John Mayer.
John Mayer.
Definitely, I do play a lot of acoustic music and stuff like that. And what I really respect about him is like, you know, as an artist, he was able to really do and play with a ton of different people. I mean, even played with Dead and Company. I mean, like,
I was going to say, yeah, like there's a radio station here in Philadelphia that has different, you know, they do interviews all the time, and the Grateful Dead guy was on there when John Mayer filled in for him, and they were asking him questions about how do you feel about John Mayer, and I mean they hold him in really high regard, and here you got a guy that is, you know, he's part of the Grateful Dead. He's a legacy artist, and he's singing praises to John Mayer and about how just, you know, savant John Mayer can be.
Well, to be able to play and not even just play with, but be like leading a band that you listened to as a child, you know, that's a famous, iconic band. I mean, very few people have done that. And he's, you know, collaborated with, you know, tons of people from Rihanna to Chris Stapleton to whatever. List goes on and on. I mean, just like, so he's had a pretty insane career for sure.
Sure.
And I don't know, he probably played with Taylor Swift. I don't know. It's
you know, as far as price tags are concerned, it wouldn't be a bad thing to attach yourself to her in any way, shape, or form.
right. I mean,
you know, even if you were just to get the scraps off the table, like, you know.
John Mayer had a Daytona, a custom Daytona. He used his own watch, a Rolex.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's done a lot in a lot of different fields, for sure.
All right. Well, what else you got for me here, Eileen?
I've gone through all my questions, so I'm good.
I went through all mine.
I think the only thing we have left is the $50 gift card that we have to give out.
Yeah, we got to give away that. And
I can pull up a question here.
did you see that I already sent electric light or electric?
I know he mentioned it. That's like big things
Telling
for
you.
2025.
Ever since we switched over to gift cards, and I don't have to remember.
You've
Jack,
been really just
I'm on
efficient.
I'm on it.
Love it. All right. This probably is pretty easy.
I mean, I got 2 pages worth of notes, so I mean.
Okay, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
My question to Eric was, as a small business, what's your biggest challenge? And then what's also your biggest accomplishment? And to both questions, the general theme was this one thing. What was the theme for his answer?
Yeah, I'd say Electric Glow had it.
Electric Glow, yeah. Collaboration was kind of the word I was thinking of, but yeah, working with others for sure.
Well, unfortunately, he can't win because he just won.
So, he said collaboration. I was gonna say, this guy said collaboration. That was him.
Yeah, collaborate. Sure.
Oh, yeah, he's right, but I mean, is he eligible? Is he ineligible?
Oh, it's the same person that collaborating.
Yeah, he's the same person that did the
no one else said it. If someone says it, then they'll have it. But.
I mean, this is out of my hands because it's not mine to give away.
Yeah.
So.
Is it? Well, who is it? Conway, right?
Yeah, it was Conway.
Conway, how do you feel about it?
I mean, if not, if it because he's already won, then it would be Chris M. So it's either Chris M. or Electric Glow. And
I said it if I would now.
It's up to Conway to decide, because I mean, technically, by the letter of the law, he should be. Chris M wants a new question.
Okay.
I could ask a new question. Yeah, you think that would fix the problem?
All right. Well, I mean, I want to be fair. I don't want another. I don't want there to be another ghost situation. I can't. My.
All right. So ask a new
can't take it.
question. Ask a new question.
I'd like to spread the love. Okay. So he wants to. Yeah, he wants to give it to Mike or Chris M.
Okay.
He wants to spread the love. So.
Okay. Easy enough.
I think we're just going to give it to Chris M. Chris M. Make sure you send me your details.
Chris, I love your dog.
Oh, he said new question.
I know he said new question, but Conway said spread the love. Oh no,
he said new
question. All right. I'm getting
all right. I'm asking a new question, everyone.
Good gravy. And if you've already won, just hold it back. Just hold back. I mean, I know that you get bragging rights, but just so you know, moving forward, if you've already won, feel free to shout out the answers, but you're shouting out the answer for somebody else to win. Moving forward, That's the policy. If you've won, especially during the episode,
don't answer.
You don't answer, or you're answering on behalf of somebody else.
All right. Ready?
What number comes after 3?
Come on.
That's more of our flow.
That was
26. Well done, guys.
What comes after number 3?
All right, ready? That is not the question, guys. Okay.
I need to do better.
Animals. You guys are animals.
The question is, what is the tool that Eric said he would have waited or never purchased at all?
Oh, I know this one. I got it right here. Right here. Crocs is not correct.
No, I detailing Crocs. P.S.
I don't own Crocs. I do not own a pair of Crocs actually right now.
Westcat.
There you go, West.
Yeah, pad washer is correct.
Westcat.
Extractor, no, but that would be on that list if I bought one. I do not.
Crocs with socks.
I don't subscribe to that. Great. So who Westcat?
It was Westcat. Yeah, Westcat. All right, Westcat. I think I have your info, but just send it
No
to me
apology.
anyway.
No, not a polisher. No, I think that's a pretty useful. All of them are pretty
Yeah,
useful.
$50
All right.
Thor gift card. So Westcat, you
Send
are the
it.
winner of a $50 Thor gift card.
He said send it to Pay It Forward.
You are killing us.
Yeah, and some generous folks.
You have no idea. This crowd is unreal.
They
Rick
all do
Smith
that,
donated
yeah.
a whole bunch of stuff at the last episode, and Conway now, and most people are
Beautiful.
sending it to the Pay It Forward campaign, and that is just
I love that.
it's unreal. It's
a
unreal.
great thing.
This community. Thor gift card. All right. All right.
That's
Well, Conway, you know my info, so just I guess send it there, and I will make sure that it gets printed and put in the Pay It Forward room. We had a lot of those kind of gift cards last year. I think Kim MC donated gift cards, and Jim Smith donated gift cards. We had a lot of really good turnout with gift cards at the Pay It Forward campaign, and it does help, especially for like the newer kids that are just starting out and they don't really know what they need or want. Oh my God, Conway, that is crazy generous.
Thanks, Conway. And Aaron,
Yeah.
I think in 2025 you don't have to print out a gift card. I think you can like email it or something.
This is true, but for my organizational thing, you know how many emails I get every day? I mean, I literally between spam.
I'm giving you a hard time, Boomer. I'm giving you a hard time.
I'm just saying it's easier for me to print it out and then stick it on a pile where it belongs.
And that's it. You can just erase it from your mind. I
can erase it from my mind. Exactly.
Yeah,
Now I have folders set up on my computer for, Pay It Forward 22, Pay It Forward 23, 24. Now I have one for 25. And it's a good way to double check everything, but it's much easier for me to just print it and stick it.
I have to give you at least one dig at a Boomer activity that you do at least one time.
And if it stink, it ain't going in.
All right. Well, I think that's
a shout out to what? What was that a shout out to?
Yeah, that's a shout out to
Soccer-toos. That's right. That's the whole reason why we're going to Myrtle Beach in June, because we were supposed to help this cat move, but apparently he is already moved half of his crap down there already. So, FYI, if you came in late to the show, we are doing the Soar and Restore Myrtle Beach getaway, June 19th to June 21st, down in Myrtle Beach. Everybody is welcomed and invited. I might even make T-shirts. I don't know. I have a really awesome logo. Eileen, I sent that to you yesterday. I think you liked it.
Love it. I love it.
So, it's the Soar and Restore. Basically, it's just a way for us to get together, hang out with like-minded individuals and friends, the Phoenix community, the Phoenix family, maybe help out a friend or two while we're down there. Definitely going to crash Titan Tim's house. He said he's got his garage all set up for us. But, we're not stopping at the garage. We're going to raid the whole thing. And then we'll probably...
Tim is cooking for everyone. I will be there.
See? Boom. There it is.
Done.
All right.
That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. Christian wants to get an Airbnb. Eric's gonna come. Are you coming
Mustang.
down?
What is Mustang Week? What is that?
I do,
Tim,
Rick. I do want to show
Tim's
the
the
logo,
Mustang
but I don't
guy.
know if I have it here at the house. I'll try. Let me see if I have it here at the house. Oh,
You emailed it to me.
I know I did, but again, that's why I'm a boomer. So.
Oh, because you didn't print it out and bring it with you. That's why.
Yeah, or put it in a file, or put it somewhere. June teaser.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Let's see if I can download it. Save as.
Hold on, guys. He's faxing it to himself.
Oh, you're so witty. but she's not wrong, by the way.
See you later, Conway. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the $100 donation. Aaron's definitely bringing his file cabinet and his Rolodex with him to Myrtle Beach.
You're the worst. So, thanks for having my back there, co-host. I
Oh.
appreciate you so much. There it is.
Always.
I think I finally found it. Hold on.
You're leaving me with too much dead space, so I gotta fill it up
With insults? Well done. Well done. Okay, so there. All right, I found it. Okay, here we go. Let's go back. Now I gotta find you. Where are you? There we go. All right, share screens.
Yep, Jamie hears the dial-up noise.
You know what? You people are the worst. Just the absolute worst. Window. There.
Do you want me to pull up the email?
I got it.
Yeah, almost, Keith. Almost.
Can you see it? I get rid of that. There you go. Soar and Restore, Rising Together, Myrtle Beach Edition,
Love
June 19th.
it.
I think I'm going to turn that into a T-shirt, and you guys can order it. I would pre-do them, but people's sizes fluctuate. So Eric fell asleep.
I want it.
I know, Eric. I apologize for this being one of the worst interviews I've ever done.
It's not the worst. I mean, it's
not the worst.
Possibly
Sure it isn't.
worst, but definitely not the worst. Yeah.
It's second from.
I love it. I want it on a shirt. I want it on everything.
Yeah, I think it would be really great. And basically, the AI girlfriend said that you do Myrtle Beach edition. That way, if we decide to do it somewhere else, it could be the Kansas City edition, or it could be Chicago edition, or it could be SoCal edition, and the dates will change and stuff like that. But it's also one of those shirts that kind of memorializes that you've been a part of something from the beginning. And I was there at that. I have the T-shirt from that trip, and I have the T-shirt from that trip, and I have the T-shirt from that trip. And it's just something that we can do as a community to just kind of share our fellowship, and that's ultimately what it is. People. Yes, Vegas edition.
Vegas
edition.
is the SEMA edition,
not addition. Yes, Hawaii, Tim. We could do Vegas, but of course, the thing is that Vegas is always overshadowed by SEMA, and I don't.
So it'll be the SEMA edition.
It might be the SEMA edition. That would be. You know what? That's an excellent idea.
Yeah,
it's an absolutely. That's a great idea. Do a SEMA edition in Vegas. So Cash need one I can wear and support it from the house. Absolutely. So I think that's definitely something that I'm going to do. Again, we're
awesome.
We're constantly just trying to build our community.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Eric, I really appreciate the time you've given us for this.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's great to kind of get to know you on a different level than what you see on social media, which is great.
Sure. Absolutely. And that's, I think, ultimately my purpose is to get to know the guy behind the wheel, you know what I mean? Or the gal or whatever. And just so, everyone arrives June 19th. Everyone gets matching tattoos. June 20th, everyone goes home with regret. It's just the best.
I don't know about all that, but it'll be a good time.
So, Eric, you can stick around. We have there's a couple of things that are very near and dear to Eileen and my heart that we kind of run through at the end of every episode. You're welcome to stick around. If you have to bounce, you have to bounce. I completely understand it, but often our guests will hang out, and then we can hang out backstage after the show's over, if that's something that you're up for. But if I'd like to just one more time go through. If you want to get more of Eric Vaughn, definitely check him out on Charleston Detailing. We can get rid of that.
Yes, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Really trying to build that this year, so that'd be amazing, y'all.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do it right now.
You can support his music, Eric Vaughn 843. It's light, but you never know. I mean, I've enjoyed what I watched, and I subscribed. And then, of course, you can also do him on Instagram, both Eric Vaughn Music and Charleston Detail on Instagram. support the community. It's so important to help each other out, and just a simple click of the button really does a lot for spirits. I can attest to that. Just whenever I
Just
see a new
subscribed.
subscriber or a new follower, it really makes it's like yes for me anyway.
It's always amazing.
So what's next on the plate for Eric Vaughn?
This evening or just in general?
In general, like what do you got? What's next for you? What do you got going on next?
Well, just we're getting into the busy season, take two, the busy detailing season. And I have a number of new brand accounts that I'm going to be working with. So it's just really creating that and dialing it in, and trying to balance it, which is kind of a struggle being one man operation in general, especially with the content creation. The filming and editing takes a lot of time on top of the detailing, and as you guys.
Now, how do you decide what you like which takes priority, like a gig versus a detail, and how do you stop from overbooking and underbooking and double booking? Like that's got to be a hell of a juggle.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that question because I do very poorly at not overbooking myself. And just like today, I was gigging for 7 hours before I did this podcast. So so they can be long days. But I think, if you really focus yourself for a period of time, then you can achieve a lot. And then hopefully I'll be coasting here in a couple of years. So we'll see.
All right. So let's do the wrap up. For all things Eileen, you can get contact her at info@getsoclean.com. Her website is www.getsoclean.com, and her IG is soclean_detailing. Make sure that you support her as well on her YouTube channel at SoClean Detailing. And then, of course, if you come on around to Phoenix E.O.D's website, you can save 10% off of SoClean 10. For everything, pay it forward. You can send donations to Phoenix E.O.D. at 404 Bloomfield Drive, Suite 1, West Berlin, New Jersey, 08091. The West Coast distribution is Adrian over at imdetailedaf.com. Midwest distribution is fabdetailsupplies.com. And Southeast distribution is shineyourlightdetailing.com/store. For worldwide distribution, you can get us in Canada from carzilla.ca. The UK is intodetailing.co.uk. And our good buddy Andrew over in Australia, osprodetailing.com.au. And then, of course, the House of Rags is everywhere you are. So make sure you hit them up. Use No Direction Detail 10 to save some money off of your orders from anything House of Rags. And they are making waves and shaking things up. I think they're in Australia now. They're in the UK. They're everywhere. So they're everywhere you want to be. thehouseofrags.com. And now, more importantly, suicide prevention and crisis counseling resources. If you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts, seek help from a professional and call 988. The United States' first nationwide 3-digit mental health crisis hotline, 988, will connect callers with trained mental health counselors. Text HOME to 741-741 in the US and Canada to reach a crisis text line. And of course, you can always go to www.apa.org/topics/crisis-hotlines to find a crisis center for whatever it is that you're dealing with, be it physical abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse, substance abuse, whatever it is that is haunting you. Reach out and get help. Do you have 8 minutes? That's all you need. And the community here at Phoenix, if you have 8 minutes, reach out to any one of us with that code. Do you have 8 minutes? And we'll talk. We're in this together. And this place needs, in the world that we live in right now, we need to stick together. And then last but not least, make sure you subscribe to our Instagram channel, Curmudgeon's Corner Pod. Eileen runs it, and she keeps us up to date on everything that is Curmudgeon's Corner. And I think that's just about it. Next, in 2 weeks, we have New York Foam Kings coming on the show. That's going to be a good time. Everything and anything coming out of New York is always exciting. So
Absolutely.
make sure you guys join us in 2 weeks for New York Foam Kings. And I think that's a wrap for April 5th. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate everybody in the chat rooms. Eric, thank you for being such an excellent human.
You guys are
seriously, you're like, your positivity is infectious, and it just makes people want to be around you. And I'm grateful that we got to be friends.
It's an honor to be here and share my time with y'all. You guys are amazing.
You're very generous with your time. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out. Eileen, I heart you.
Love you back.